right, strap in. This is going to be a spicy one. Grab the popcorn, grab a drink. Let's see what was said about Splitgate 2 by the CEO and the co-founder of Splitgate 2 at the Summer Games Fest.
Now, with the help from our amazing community, we've built Splitgate 2. Why? Because I grew up playing Halo, and I'm tired of playing the same Call of Duty every year, and I wish we could have Titanfall 3. With Splitgate 2, we asked ourselves, how would we take portals to the next level? What if you could portal to entirely different worlds? So we combined the action, movement, and gunplay of arena shooters with the scale and intensity of something much bigger. Splitgate Battle Royale launches free right now, and it's awesome.
Okay, there goes the monetization. That's fine. Let's have a quick look. There's a lot to unpack here. And I've done a little bit of research too. Top comments on YouTube. Where's make FPS great again? Had to show off yet another Battle Royale game set to Imagine Dragons. I didn't show the next part of the trailer goes into some gameplay with Imagine Dragons playing in the background. Wish we could have Titanfall 2. So here's an Apex Legends 2. Never advertise a game by saying you're different from your generic slop, then use Imagine Dragons as the background music. And there are some other things that you don't see in here that are in the game that they got a lot of flack for, which was like microtransactions, which ended up being, for me, 112 Australian dollary dues. And they do the thing that every company does where you can't buy the exact amount of coins, split coins that you need. And so you've got to buy like, you know, the 3800 pack, and then you got to buy an extra 500 coins to actually get the amount you need to purchase it. And there's been a reaction to that as well. But at the time of this announcement, there were, for Australians, $112 skins in the game. Bundles, I guess you get a bunch of that in there. And it is a free-to-play game. So, cool. Before we get to all the spicy stuff, including the hat, make FPS gaming, make FPS great again, which we're going to unpack as well, because that is an interesting topic and they've responded to that as well. I would like to do a little bit of history about Splitgate, get a little bit of context about the game and its origins, because I think that is interesting and I didn't really know it before. So Splitgate, this is one of the co-founders, Ian, and they made it in their dorm rooms, which is why the game company's called, is it 1047? It's like the address of their dorm room. It was a part of their, like a seniors project in the dorm rooms at Stanford University. Now, I'm Australian. I know Stanford University, but is that like, that's like a really good university, right? Like this is a high level university. You got to have money to go there, question mark? I don't know, you tell me. Anyway, they made the game. They pressured their friends to play it whilst at university. And, you know, everyone was working towards finals as the story goes. Like, you know, they had exams and stuff coming up. They're like, oh, please play our game, 45 minutes. Everyone loved it, popped off. Their friends all played it for 5 hours. Like, hey, I think you've got something here. They released Splitgate 1, 2019, into alpha on PC. And, you know, got pretty good attention and, well, you know, a lot of good feedback, but it didn't really take off. And then I think this is when I started playing it. They released the beta version in 2021 on console. And that's when things kicked off. They had some crazy stats, like 10 million downloads of Splitgate 1. It must have been across the board, across all their platforms, reaching 175,000 concurrent players, which is huge for a beta. And part of that is, I think, attributed to coming over to console. And I think that's when it came across my desk, and I actually played it on PC, but it was the console that kind of sparked this. And because of that, this led them to getting $100 million in funding, in investment into the company. So I guess part of this backstory is, yeah, I would be pretty confident. I'll be pretty egotistical if I made a video game at university and then gets $100 million. I guess it's some big numbers, right? I think it's nice to set the context for this. Also, though, and I think you can clarify this for me, is I don't think Splitgate ever actually released. All the articles I read, I couldn't actually find out if Splitgate one, released properly, or if it was indefinitely in beta. It had only 2 seasons. It had season 0 and season 1. And from my understanding is once they got this huge investment of cash, because everyone wanted to talk to them because they had 10 million downloads, that they then said, well, I think we need to move over to Unreal Engine 5. We need to work on Splitgate 2. They actually had their last update for Splitgate 1 in 2022. And they haven't done anything like update-wise since then. And then now have released Splitgate 2. I think it's been in beta for a month and officially launched with the Summer Games Fest and this announcement. So the Splitgate 2 Twitter account was pretty active. There were also some deleted tweets because they were going ham. The interesting thing is, I don't think anyone really disagreed with a lot of what Ian was saying. It's like, yeah, Call of Duty is repetitive. It releases every year. It is the same stuff. And also people were like, yeah, we want a Titanfall 3. I think it was in general the delivery of it. He just looked very angry, didn't he? And also the big discussion around make FPSs great again. This was their response on their Twitter. I'm not here to apologize, but I'm here to clarify. This is not a political statement. It's quite literally what it says, so take it at face value. The state of multiplayer FPS games is tragically stale. We hope to fix that, whether you want arena, battle royale, onslaught, or map creator. As an Australian, as someone outside the US, I don't see how you can wear a hat like that and it not invoke a political response. I'm sorry, as someone who's not in the US, when I ever look into the US, when I see that, I think of Make America Great Again. That's the inspiration it's coming from, right? Even if they're taking in the most literal sense of the phrase, it still originated from that. You can't see that and not associate it with some politics. And if you can't see that, you're an idiot. I mean, he is a coder. Okay, so maybe their social skills aren't high up there and they make a video game. But like, and yeah, maybe your very literal interpretation of stuff, good one. But you also at some point have to realize that not everyone's brain is like that. And maybe when you use a slogan like that, people are going to associate it with politics. And that's why people got pissed off. At his face value, I see the vision of what he's doing. We go back to look at the context. They made a game because they loved Halo. They loved Portal. They loved Titanfall. They made a game that they love. Like, that's things that we want in a developer. This is just very poorly delivered, I think. I think it's fine to call out Call of Duty, because I can imagine being a developer and thinking, how is this so popular? How is this repetitive formula so popular when we spend our lives trying to make something better for the industry? Like, I would definitely get, angry at that too, right? So I think it's fine to want to change the industry. I think it's fine to want to improve gaming. I think it's fine to want to make FPSs better than just Call of Duty. That's all fine. I think just the delivery here is way off. They did respond to the microtransactions. They cut the microtransactions in half. So rather than being $112 Australian now for the bundle, it's 50% off. Still pretty up there. They kind of addressed the battle royale, saying, "Oh, well, we think we're adding something to the genre, and it's not just tracing a trend." And yeah, that's it. That's that. Great. So on the back of all that, I went and played Splitgate. So maybe the advertising worked. Maybe controversy is good. I went and jumped in. I gave Splitgate a shot. What are my thoughts as someone spent a bit of time with Splitgate? Are they making first-person shooters great again? Have they changed the industry? Are they bringing back arena shooters? I think there's a yes and a no aspect to this. So what I can see chat going off. I'm going to address it after this. The arena mode in Splitgate is very fun. I think the portals, the arena mode with power weapons, you have you level up your weapons, you get attachments for them too. So some grinding to do, but the maps, the 4v4 arena modes, you have like Griff Ball, which is called Split Ball. You have like Capture the Point. All the mode, you have Firecracker, which is like plant and destroy like a bomb. They all work really, really well. And I had a really fun time playing the arena mode. I think it's the best mode that works with the teleporters. They added another mode called Onslaught, which is 24 players. It's teams of 8, 3 teams of 8, 8 versus 8 versus 8. And it's big open areas. And my first response to that was, I don't like this at all. I don't feel like this really plays into the Portal system. And then I saw clips of people playing it like Titanfall and realized there was a huge movement skill gap. And that is... I will take that as an L for me. Like there was a skill gap for me, and I can see that mode being enjoyable once you know the movement skill gap. Great, fine. There's another mode that removes portals altogether, and I think you realize very quickly that this game needs portals. That's its distinctive feature, and without portals, it feels pretty average. So I didn't really rate the arena mode with no portals. There was another mode called Takedown where it's like an elimination mode. You just got to wipe out the other team and get them all down to no lives before they go out. I think overall, the arena mode for me still works the best. Now, they added this Battle Royale mode, and I don't even really know why they called it Battle Royale, because it's not really a Battle Royale. It kind of is. I know what they're saying, like they've changed the genre. Yeah, it's completely different. So the way that it works is you do have a dropship, you go in, but there's like 4 separate arenas. You can choose which arena to drop in, and so you end up dropping into arena, and you have like an arena battle, and then the zone moves in, and then you move on to the next arena. There is that looting element to it, but I do think it's quite underbaked, and I think this needs a little bit more time there. I can imagine if you have the movement skill, you're actually going to zoom around a lot better and probably have more fun. But I don't think there's enough there. I don't think it changes. I just don't think it's a battle royale, full stop, to be honest. They could have called it like knockout mode or something like that, because that's kind of what it is. It's like a live knockout mode where you're just fighting teams in mini arenas and then moving on to the next one. But they just kind of added, loot to pick up along the way and a closing in zone. I don't think it works. At the very least, it needs a little bit more love to get to a better place. I still think that the original modes, or like the quick play arena modes, are much more polished and suit the gameplay style of this. Do I think that they have changed the FPS genre? Do I think they've added to it? Do I think that we're going to see an explosion of arena-based games now? I don't think so. Like, I know every CEO wants to think that their game is going to change the world, that their game is going to be the Fortnite, the PUBG, the Escape from Tarkov, things that have led the industry for better or for worse. We're getting the extraction shooter genre come through. We've had the battle royale genre come through. And I think gamers are really waiting for someone to do the next big thing. Not just extraction shooters, not just battle royales, but something else. My gut reaction is this is not it. I think, though, it is a good game and it is worth time playing for free to play. And I think if you can get some friends together, it's even better. And because it's free to play, you can do that. What I think would be more industry breaking than trying to do a weird spin on Battle Royale is to, when people think of your company, for it to be different in the form of microtransactions. And I think that's the biggest hypocritical component of this, is that, like, hey, we're going to change the industry. We're making games great again. We're making first-person shooters great again. Do you know what my biggest gripe with not just first-person shooters, but all games, is a goddamn battle pass system, is egregious microtransactions. And when I find a game that doesn't do that stuff, I'm like, hey, this game's really fun. It's funny how the gameplay loop is based on me just having a good time and not grinding out a battle pass, or not trying to funnel me into a spending frenzy to get some new aesthetics. Or that the best things that you can earn in the game are not in the shop. Right? The best looking stuff you actually earn, and when someone looks at you and you go, oh my God, how'd you get that? You go, well, I did the dungeon on this day and I got it. And this is how you get it. You don't go into the shop and buy it. I think that does more for first-person shooters and gaming in general than doing a random spin on a BR. And technically calling something a battle royale when I don't even really think it feels like that. There you go. Hope you've enjoyed these commentaries on video games. We're probably going to talk about Division 2 in the next couple days. I've been playing a lot of Division 2. I'll give you my thoughts on Division 2. Hope you have a fantastic night or day. If you'd like to support the channel, guys, leave a comment. You can just leave the words, I guess, Splitgate 2. As usual, it's been a pleasure. Bye-bye.